the recap of the Bears' very tough 20-17 loss to the Browns in Cleveland today. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by your Chicagoland Chevy dealers. Drive what Bears quarterback Justin Fields drives. And we will have our question of the day at the end of this video. So you'll have through tomorrow afternoon to try and win a gift card to Lou Malnati's for pizza. And if you give a comment, your name into the hopper for a shot at a 75-inch TV I'm giving away on Friday from Apt Electronics. Question of the day is brought to you by Oasis Restoration. They'll clean up the mess so you don't have to. OasisRestorationCO.com. Got a lot to get to, folks. A lot. And I will try not to curse, but I'm furious that they lost again. Bears joined a very ignominious club. They're one of the few teams in the history of the NFL to have a 10 or more point lead in the fourth quarter 3 times in one season and lose. 3 times! A lot of it falls on coaching. I thought the game plan was weather conditions were not great. I get it. Justin was not great, but he was not horrible today. You got to catch the freaking football. Justin threw a dime down the field. What was it, 45, 50 yards? Might have been a touchdown. For sure, it's a huge gain. Guess what? Here comes Robert Tonyan. There it goes. He dropped it. He dropped the freaking football. And guess what? On the last drive, you're trying to tie the game, Justin hits Tyler Scott. It's high because he had to step into the throw with a defender there. He put it in an NFL receiver in the hands, and he didn't catch the football. I don't care what he did on the next play, Tyler Scott. You got to catch that one because we're running out of time. And then we get to the last play. The last play. Bears are out of field goal range. They have got to try a Hail Mary. And guess what? Give me that ball, Brett. My son's right here. Okay, they throw the Hail Mary. Justin throws a dime. I mean, right into the crowd the way you're coached. And it gets batted down by the Browns. And guess what? Right into Darnell Mooney's belly. And guess what he does? There it goes. Picked off. Game over. You got to catch the football. You want to get paid at the top of the market as a receiver? Tell that story walking, because Darnell Mooney, your plane's boarding. You're out of here. You will not be back on this team next year. Someone else can pay you, and maybe you'll realize your potential. But you were horrible today in almost every aspect of the game, including lackadaisical blocking. And that is unacceptable. Our 4-season heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric play of the game has got to be the Tonyan drop. Look, the Hail Mary, that was a huge play too. Those are the 2 plays of the game, so I'll call it co-play of the game. Unfortunately, both were drops. Brought to you by 4 Seasons. The player of the game is brought to you by Feldco, and this one's easy. And Mike Lombardi, I've invited you on our radio show. Maybe you want a mea culpa. We'll treat you with respect. But Montez Sweat is a freaking game wrecker. This guy's amazing. You know that he leads. Get this. Montez Sweat was all over Joe Flacco today. All over Joe Flacco. I thought the defense played well enough to win. Eddie Jackson had a pick. Tremaine Edmonds had a pick 6. And that defense did a really, really good job. Listen to this. Vienna stat of the day. Montez Sweat leads both the Commanders and the Bears in sacks. Do you hear what I said? The Vienna Beef stat of the day is that Montez Sweat leads 2 teams in sacks. He's been here for what, a minute? So anyone that thought that was a bad trade, you don't know football. And one of those out there was a GM of an NFL team. Wow. How'd you like to be a fan of that club back then? Justin was not good today. Eberflus was not good today. The big play at the end that Njoku caught to set them up in field goal range, why are you covering their receiving tight end? That wasn't some blocking dude. That's David frickin' Njoku. Why are you covering him with Justin Jones, who weighs like 325, 330 pounds? Right over the top of him, big game over. Why? Please explain that idiotic coaching decision to me. Luke Getsy was not great today, but Justin was not great. Now, off platform, the touchdown throw to Cole Kmet, awesome. Outstanding play. But again, he completed 50% of his passes. That's not good enough in the National Football League. That's a great defense, but the O-line was not great today. The O-line against their great defense, not good enough today. But the defense is getting good enough that I'm telling you, next year, the right decisions in the offseason, this is a playoff team next year. Mark it down. I'm telling you. I know everyone's going, oh, the Bears stink. They do not. That roster is markedly better. Ryan Poles has done a sensational job getting this thing turned around as quickly as he has. Our stats by quarterback Flacco: 28 of 44 for 374, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks, a 77.3 rating. Justin, 19 of 40, 2 huge drops, 2. The interceptions didn't bother me because one was not an interception for 166. Bears offense, though, scored 10 points, and 7 of them came off a pick that set you up inside the 5. Bad loss. Bad loss. You're probably looking at a coaching change, and you might be looking at a quarterback change. Give me your thoughts. Post them down below. Your question of the day is, have you now decided on Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus? Right here. Post them. Brought to you by Oasis Restoration. Have a great night. Appreciate you. Take that.